Hello students, in this video I'm going to show how to factor a trinomial completely. I have a three-termed polynomial which is called a trinomial. The first step is I'm going to look for the greatest common factor. I look at just the coefficients first, 5, 45, and 100, and I look for a number that can go into each of those, the biggest number that can go into each of those. And 5 is going to be the greatest common factor concerning the coefficients. Then I go to see if they have any letters in common. Notice that every single term has an x. So I go to the term with the smallest x to the third, that's the degree, the smallest degree. That's going to be the greatest common factor concerning the variable term. So I'm going to divide each of these terms by the greatest common factor. I can do this mentally, or I could just place a 5x to the third underneath each term. 5x to the fifth divided by 5x to the third. The 5's are going to cancel to 1. I take the larger exponent minus the smaller, and I get x squared. My operational sign comes down. 45x to the fourth divided by 5x to the third. 45 divided by 5 is going to be 9. X to the fourth divided by x to the third, the larger exponent minus the smaller. I get a 1. X to the first degree. My operational sign comes down. 100 divided by 5 is going to be 20. And then my x to the third divided by x to the third is going to be 1, because anything divided by itself is 1, and 1 times 20 is going to be 20. So I've taken out the greatest common factor. Now I have to look to see if it can factor further, because it says completely. It's just not wanting the greatest common factor, it wants it to be factored completely. So now I look at this trinomial. It has a leading coefficient of 1, and it's to the second power. So this may possibly factor down into two binomials. My greatest common factor, 5x to the third, just tags along. Since it has a leading coefficient of 1, I'm just going to separate my x's. Since my last sign is a plus, I know that my two binomials are going to have the same sign. Then I look at the first operational sign, and because it's a minus, that means they're both going to be minus. Now I just have to find factors of 20, and since the plus here, factors that add to get 9. So I can make a list of factors of 20. I could say 20 and 1, but that won't add to get 9. I could say 2 and 10, but that won't add to get 9. I could say 4 and 5, which do add to get 9. So I'm going to have a 4 and a 5. Now I've created 3 different factors. Each factor has been factored completely. It cannot be factored any further. Therefore, I'm done. I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.